Hey everybody, welcome to our Wellness Wednesday Zoom. We're so excited that you are here. So, we wanted to just kind of do something once a month where we can invite guests to join in our Wellness Wednesday call so that they can learn a little bit more about our community. So, feel free to send this replay to anybody that you've been in talks with, any friends and family. So, I'm just going to today talk about simple swaps and why it's so important to support our microbiome. And I want you guys to know that for our vision, that this is a safe space for us to heal and grow together. And so everybody is welcome as you are to join us every Wednesday night, like I said, at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So let's just do a super quick overview about our gut microbiome because I think that it's really cool to understand this. And what made me think about this is I actually was chatting with somebody a few weeks ago and she was spending almost $400 by the time she was buying synthetic vitamins that aren't fully methylated. So there's a huge difference between, your vitamin B, C, and D. If they're not fully methylated, your body's not actually absorbing them. And this is something I've even had to educate my husband about because he, looks at different things when he is shopping and, looking at different things. And the marketing and the labeling out there is wanting us to buy their stuff, right? And so it's very simple for them to say, vitamin B, right? You see on the energy drinks, vitamin B12 or B6 or whatever. But if it's something that is synthetic, your body's not only not going to absorb it, but it also can be very toxic. And so I think that it is super important to just kind of be aware of that. And so if you watch this and you have more questions about, well, what should I be avoiding on a label? What should I not be looking for as far as vitamins B12 and B6 and all the things? We have a little graphic that we can send you to explain that. But anyways, this friend of mine was spending, like I said, so much money on between energy drinks, the sodas that have that good strain of a probiotic. She thought that those were healthy for her, right? Because the marketing had probiotic or prebiotic or whatever it has. And so that is what kind of made me think about this topic is that, okay, great. It might have one prebiotic strain, but if you look deeper at that strain, it's basically just a little bit of fiber, right? So you're spending almost $3 on a little bit of a fiber. And the other ingredients usually aren't so good, right? They're usually artificial flavorings or colorings or something like that. And so, long story short, dropping almost $400 on synthetic vitamins, energy drinks, um, coffee runs, all these different things. I had her send me every vitamin and probiotic and everything that she was taking, yet she couldn't sleep. She wasn't losing weight. She felt awful. I'm like, okay, you're spending all this money, but where are you getting? We're not getting anywhere. You're still on your diabetic medications and all these different things, hypertension medications, IBS, all these things, can't sleep. So $400 later, you're getting nowhere. And so I feel like that's when we come in and really assess and we have different questions that we can ask you and really look at what are you taking and let's swap. And so that was kind of the fun title for tonight is swap it over and make it simple. And so your gut microbiome controls everything. It controls your hormones. It controls your sleep. It controls your mood. And so if it is off, all of those things are going to be off. And that strain in your yogurt or that strain in that soda or whatever that can says that they're just trying to hide the sugar by telling you it has a little bit of fiber. It's not working, guys, okay? And if I think what happens is we keep doing the same things over and over again because we think they're working, but they're not. And so it just takes a little bit of looking at what are you taking, what are you spending, and are you feeling good, right? Are you sleeping? And so, the biggest reasons people struggle with cravings, afternoon crashes, and that stubborn weight, it breaks down to your microbiome is off, and also blood sugar regulation. So I just want to tell you guys about the Microbiome Slim, which this little guy was the one that totally saved my afternoon crash. And I used to have hypoglycemic episodes every day. And I would literally get so tired and dizzy at my desk at work around 2 or 3 p.m. like clockwork. And I thought, oh, this is just normal. I need to go grab another cup of coffee, grab a bagel from the break room. I don't know why that was kind of my thing, like a bagel with peanut butter, right? Because everybody said pair your protein and your carb and have some caffeine when your blood sugar is low. So I did that. And guess what? I had a little bit more energy, but it was like this vicious cycle of hungry crash. Couldn't sleep, didn't feel well, on medications. And so I wasn't getting to the root cause. And so this is actually going to get in there and heal your microbiome and regulate your blood sugars. So it's perfect for diabetics. It's okay to take if you're on a GLP-1 medication and you need that extra support because it's going to support your microbiome. It's going to help if you are getting bloated or if you have bloating or constipation. Microbiome. So this comes in different flavors. My son swears by the watermelon raspberry, so that's the bag that I buy. And this one also helped me clear up. I got a strange bacterial infection about 5 years ago. 30 days on this, it was gone. And so I did not even need antibiotics. If you have been on a round of antibiotics, I was talking to somebody else about that, non-negotiable, grab a bag of these and increase your ProBio 5 and BioCleanse. And you can talk with one of us to figure out exactly how many you might need. But that is another thing, the ingredients in here, you might be already taking vitamin C and magnesium. And like I said, these different probiotic strains, they're all in here. And so you're going to save yourself so much money. And you might not realize it at first, but when you write down everything that you're buying, when you see a BOGO at the Kroger, and that's kind of my story because that's what I was doing. I was buying the BOGO probiotics and I felt awful and I still needed my IBS medication. I still had annual sinus infections and I was wasting money because I felt like, oh, I'm just going to spend $22 this week and $25 the next week. It didn't feel like, I was spending the 124, which is what our gut health system is altogether. It's $124, which yes, per month, that's different than when you break it down and you're buying these synthetic things. You know what I mean? So people in their head are like, oh, this is cheaper. I don't, whatever. And so I get it. I understand that that feels easier in the moment. But if we want to heal and truly feel good and sleep better, I promise just investing in your health with go ahead and start on, if you're not already on the gut health system. With that, if weight management is your goal, we do want to get you on the hunger control because this has some extra fibers that are going to get in there and really control those cravings and regulate your blood sugars. And so now I do have some people that do one of each, and we can explain exactly how to take this and when. But if even if you need to lose 5 to 10 pounds, these are the magical ones and taste better than just plain water. So why not do that? And then I just wanted to touch on the active because I have so many friends, for whatever reason, recently have been reaching out to me. They want to get off the energy drinks, and that makes my little heart really excited because we know those aren't good for you. And this is a clean energy drink. It doesn't have the toxins in there. It doesn't have the scary ingredients. In fact, it again heals your body because it's getting in there and getting rid of some of that inflammation. It's increasing that nitric oxide and it has the fully methylated vitamins. That's crazy because there's people out there, remember, they're buying the $2 can of something crazy. So swap over to this. This comes in different delicious flavors. I tell everyone it tastes like Hawaii. So this is a great one to just swap over and do this one. And of course, your hydrate has the vitamin C, the electrolytes, and the zinc. I think that this is everyone in my neighborhood. I have them on this one because they love this one. It really just helps you feel better, prevention of headaches. It does actually also help the constipation. Did you guys know that constipation is actually one of the number one reasons for ER visits? So between the gut health system and the hydrate, you won't have to worry about that at all. So, this was just a brief overview, and we would love to connect with you one-on-one. Tell us everything you're taking now and swap over to our products, have the community, have the weekly Zooms, and just feel incredible with us. And thank you so much for listening in, and have a great night.